It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be. And here, Terrence. This bout, all the talking has been done. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Nice straight. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Nice counter. Just misses with that jab. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Nope, that jab not gonna score. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light, concentrate.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That was almost. There's the bell for round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of defense here at all. He threw a punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. That punch landed. They exchanged punches. Crawford is dazed. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Crawford's legs are all over the place. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That counter shot lands. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant round. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. much firepower here. One punch could change everything in this battle. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judges gonna have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Both men step back for just a moment. Catch and shoot. That counter punch caught him clean. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seems... Here's the bell for round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations you've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
They figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. Good counter punching. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. As boxing judging can be sometimes, there's back into the fray here in round 5. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. How about that time counter shot? This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What would you tell? There's the bell for round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty... Here comes round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
This is a high-octane battle. Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your call.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. legs walking. Round 8, and we're off again. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Right hook just missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. A perfect counter shot. Hook punch scores. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.